my name is Andrew Johnson. I'm a software engineer at Fluree. Today I'll be demonstrating the Trusted Learner Network's Credential Issuance app. Because this is an abbreviated 3-minute demo, I'm really going to fly through this functionality, but we invite any questions and are particularly open to any interest in how the Trusted Learner Network thinks of credential issuance across a consortium of participating higher ed institutions. Today I'll be demoing the ability to issue credentials to both the Digital Bazaar's Verus wallet and the Learning Economy's LearnCard wallet. And we'll see as we begin that we'll be using the Credential Handler API, or CHAPI, to start with a did-auth process to ask a learner to come to the table with an understood CHAPI-compatible credential store wallet and to actually prove ownership of a particular did identity through the did-auth pattern. I'll start with the Verus wallet here. And through CHAPI, we see that Verus wallet allows the learner to select any of the different digital identities they manage to then prove ownership of that did by signing a challenge presented to them. We just did that here. We're presented with a particular digital identity. We'll then use that digital identity to effectively issue a Sparkle a federated query, Sparkle being a W3C standard for being able to issue queries across separately managed data sets and dereference that data, virtualize it as if it was part of one single data set. In this case, the digital identity that the learner brought to the table has already been layered on top of 2 different student profiles managed by 2 different institutions at Alpha University and Beta Community College. When we go to retrieve that the credentials for this learner, we're issuing another Sparkle federated query to effectively ask for all of the credentials for which this digital identity or the student profile has been asserted as a recipient. In this case, I'll select a few of those credentials here. When I go to sync them to the wallet, we'll use CHAPI again to request to store those credentials, presenting the learner with a choice of whether to store them or to cancel them. And as we submit that, we'll see that the signed verifiable credentials here now are visible in that Verus wallet UI. If we go back and do this again for the LearnCard wallet, we'll see that we have the exact same pattern. We'll see that we have the exact same pattern whereby the LearnCard app participates as a wallet with CHAPI to allow for us to assign the challenge that we've presented to them with a particular identity that they manage. We receive that same digital identity for them. In this case, that digital identity is also connected to the same learner profiles at both of those 2 institutions. We issue that same federated query. Let me just find a credential that we haven't already issued to that. Let's pick this particular Spanish 101 credential. As we sync that to the wallet, we see that we have the exact same interface with CHAPI, whereby we're then able to look at the credential in that LearnCard wallet to choose whether to accept it or not. The LearnCard wallet actually goes ahead and verifies the proof on that credential as well. And as we then go to the wallet, we'll see here our Spanish 101 credential that we've just issued. As part of the requirements, we also do have one of the signed verifiable credentials here that we issued to the Verus wallet, including the proof attached to it to show that it's compliant. Thanks for your time. There's a lot we'd love to talk about, including our thoughts on the management of digital credentials by institutions as a system of record, and the ability to still issue a signed and provable verifiable credential or verifiable presentation for that learner at the point when they're willing to store those on their wallet.